On to chemical characteristics. In chemical characteristics, first see the important parameter solid. Solid normally contain 99.9% water and only 0.1% of total solid present in the sewage, may be in any of the four, that is suspended solid, dissolved solid, colloidal solid and settlable solid. Suspended solids are those solids which remain floating in the sewage. Dissolved solids are those which remain dissolved in sewage just as a salt in water. Then colloidal solids are finally divided solids remaining either in solution or in suspension. Settlable solids are that solids which settles out if the sewage is allowed to remain undisturbed for a period of 2 hours. Also, solids can be organic or inorganic. About 45% of total solids are organic and the remaining 55% is inorganic. Inorganic matter consists of minerals and salts like sand, gravel, dissolved salts, chlorides, sulfates, etc. Organic matter consists of carbohydrates like cellulose, cotton, starch, sugar, etc. Fats and oil received from kitchen, garbages, etc. Nitrogenous compounds like protein and their decomposed product including waste from animals, urea, fatty acids, etc. Generally, presence of inorganic solids in sewage is not harmful. They can be removed by mechanical units in treatment plants. But the suspended and dissolved organic solids are responsible for creating nuisance if disposed of without treatment. Next characteristics, pH. The pH value of sewage indicates the logarithmic of reciprocal of hydrogen ion concentration present in the sewage. If the pH value is less than 7, the sewage is acidic, and the pH value is more than 7, the sewage is alkaline. pH can be determined by pH meter, potentiometer. Here one diagram indicating the pH level of various wastewater. When the pH value is equal to 0, it consists of battery acid. Where sulfuric acid is present in the sewage, it indicates pH is equal to 1. When lemon juice, vinegar are more in the sewage, indicating pH value as 2. Orange juice and soda, pH value indicates 3. If acid rain occurs or acid lake, all fishes are dying in the river stream, the pH value indicating as 4. Then frog, eggs, crayfish and male lice are die when pH is 5. Then rainbow trout begin to die, pH is equal to 6. When milk is also having 6 pH. Pure water 7, sea water, eggs pH 8, baking soda 9, milk of magnesia 10, ammonia 11, soapy water consists of pH 12, then bleaching consists of pH 13, liquid drain dinner consists of pH 14. These are some of the product pH value. Next characteristics, nitrogen content, that is nitrogen compounds. The presence of nitrogen in sewage is an indication of the presence of organic matter and may occur in one or more of the following forms, that is free ammonia called ammonia nitrogen, albuminoid or organic nitrogen, nitrites, nitrates. These are the nitrogen compounds. See one by one. Nitrates are dangerous, but as oxidation of nitrates to nitrate is very fast, it is generally not found in water bodies. As nitrates represent fully oxidized matter, its presence in sewage is not dangerous. But if the sewage contains higher nitrates and if it is disposed of in a water body, then the nitrates content in the water body would increase. Higher quantity of nitrates adversely the health of infants, causing a disease called methemoglobinemia, commonly called as blue baby diseases. Children suffering from this disease may vomit, their skin color may become dark and may die in extreme case. Nitrites and nitrates are measured by color matching techniques. Next chemical chlorides. Chlorides are generally found in sewage and are derived from kitchen waste, human feces and urinary discharges. The normal chloride content of sewage is 120 mg per liter, whereas the permissible limit of chloride content in water is 250 mg per liter. However, large amount of chlorides may enter from industries like ice cream plant, meat salting, etc. Hence, when the chloride content of a given sewage is found to be high, it indicates the presence of industrial waste or infiltration of seawater, thereby indicating strength of sewage. It can be determined by titrating the wastewater with the standard silver nitrate solution using potassium chromate as an indicator. Next one, fats, oil and greases. Fats, oil and greases are derived in sewage from the discharge of animal and vegetable matter or from the garbages, kitchens of hotels and restaurants, etc. Such matter form scum on the top of the sedimentation tanks, clogs the void of the filter media and affects the diffusion of oxygen. They thus interfere with the normal treatment methods. Hence, these reduction and removal is very important. Oil and greases are soluble in ether. Hence, for their determination, a sample of sewage sample is first of all evaporated, leaving behind the oil and grease as a residue, which is then weighted. Next, toxic chemicals are copper, lead, silver, chromium, arsenic, phenols, borons, cyanide, etc. are some of the toxic compounds affecting the microorganism, resulting in malfunctioning from industrial wastes. Sulfides, sulfates and hydrogen gas. Sulfates and sulfates are formed due to the decomposition of various sulfur containing substances in sewage. This decomposition also lead to evolution of hydrogen sulfide gas, causing bad odors besides causing corrosion of concrete sewer pipes. In anaerobic digestion of sewage, the aerobic and facultative bacteria oxidize the sulfur and its compound present in the sewage to initially form sulfides, which ultimately break down to form sulfite ions, which is a stable and unobjectionable end products. In an anaerobic digestion of sewage, the anaerobic and facultative bacteria reduce the sulfur and its compounds into sulfides with evolution of hydrogen sulfide gas along with methane and carbon dioxide, thus causing very obnoxious odor. Then dissolved oxygen is an important chemical parameter. Dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen in the dissolved state in the wastewater. When the wastewater generally does not have DO, it indicates the wastewater is fresh. While discharging the treated wastewater into receiving waters, it is essentially to ensure that at least 4 mg per liter of DO present in it. If DO is less, the aquatic animals like fish, etc. are likely to be killed and odor near the vicinity of disposal. DO determination also helps to find the efficiency of biological treatment. The actual quantity of dissolved oxygen is governed by solubility of oxygen, partial pressure of oxygen in atmosphere, temperature, purity, that is salinity, suspended solids, etc. of water. The dissolved oxygen of wastewater decreases as the temperature increases. The solubility of sewage in waste. DO content of sewage is determined by Winkler's method. Next important characteristics is biological oxygen demand. There are two types of organic matter available in the sewage matter, that is biodegradable or biologically active. Another one, non-biodegradable or biologically inactive matter. Organic matter is the combination of CHNOS, that is carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Biological oxygen demand is defined as the amount of oxygen required by the microorganism mostly bacteria, to carry out the decomposition of biodegradable organic matter under aerobic condition. The BOD test is widely used to determine the pollution strength of domestic and industrial waste in terms of the oxygen that they will require if discharged into natural water courses. It is also helpful in design of wastewater treatment plant and also to measure the efficiency of some treatment process. The organic matter present in the wastewater may belong to two groups. One is carbonaceous matter, another one is the nitrogenous matter. The ultimate carbonaceous BOD of a waste is the amount of oxygen necessary for microorganism in the sample to decompose the biodegradable carbonaceous material. This is the first stage of oxidation and the corresponding BOD is called first stage BOD. In the second stage, the nitrogenous matter is oxidized by autotrophic bacteria and the corresponding BOD is called as nitrification demand. In fact, polluted water will continue to absorb oxygen for many months, and it is not practically feasible to determine the ultimate oxygen demand. Hence, the 5-day period is generally chosen for the standard BOD test, during which oxidation is about 60 to 70% is complete, while within 20 days period, oxidation is about 95 to 90% is complete. A constant temperature of 20 degree is maintained during incubation. The BOD value of 5-day incubation period is commonly written as BOD 5 or simply as BOD. How to find out the BOD? The sample is first diluted with a known volume of specially prepared dilution water. Dilution water contains salts and nutrients necessary for biological activity and phosphate buffer to maintain pH around 7 to 7.5. Diluted water is fully aerated. Then the initial DO of the diluted sample is measured. The diluted sample is then incubated for 5 days at 20 degrees centigrade in incubation. The DO of the diluted sample after the incubation period is found out. The difference between the initial DO and the diluted sample after the incubation period is found out. The difference between the initial DO value and the final dissolved oxygen value will indicate the oxygen consumed by the sewage sample in anaerobic decomposition in 5 days. The BOD in milligram per liter or ppm, parts per million, is then calculated by using the equation. So, BOD is equal to DO consumed in the test by the diluted sample into volume of diluted sample divided by volume of undiluted sewage sample. Then go for derivation for BOD. Derive the equation of first stage BOD. In fact, the sanitary engineers are more concerned with the first stage demand, since the oxygen consumed in satisfaction is not recoverable. Hence, the term BOD is usually used to mean the first stage BOD, that is the demand due to presence of carbonaceous matter alone. The rate at which BOD is satisfied at any time depends on temperature and also on the amount and nature of organic matter present in sewage at that time. The rate at which BOD is satisfied at any time, that is the rate of deoxygenation, depends on temperature and also on the amount of or nature of organic matter present in sewage at that time. Thus, at a certain temperature, the rate of deoxidation is assumed to be directly proportional to the amount of organic matter present in sewage at that time. That is mathematically writing the first order equations, that is dL by dt, that is equal to minus K into L into T, where L suffix T is indicating oxygen equivalent of carbonaceous oxidizable organic matter present in sewage after T days from start of oxidation in milligram per liter. It is derived for drawing and graph. In this graph, in the x-axis you are taken the time duration in days, y-axis amount of organic matter present in days, that is denoted as L suffix D. At t is equal to 0, you can measure the amount of organic matter present in terms of DO. In the time of 1 hour, you can measure the DO value. So similarly, you can find out the amount of oxygen reducing level. You will get a curve. From that curve, you can find out the first stage of BOD requirement. Then T is equal to time in days, K is equal to rate constants, signifying the rate of oxidation of organic matter, and it depends upon the nature of organic matter and temperature. Its unit is per day. For integrating the equation, we are getting dLT divided by LT is equal to integral of minus K into dt. After integrating, you are getting log LT equal to minus K into T plus C, where C is a constant of integration and can be evaluated from the boundary condition at the start. When T is equal to 0, that apply boundary condition. At start, LT is equal to L, you can say. Substituting this value in this integral equation, then log E L equal to K of 0 plus C. You can find out the constant of integration value, C equal to log E log L base E. Substituting this value of C in the integral equation, you are getting log LT base E equal to minus KT plus log L base E. So simplifying this equation, log LT minus log L base E, which is equal to minus KT. After simplifying this equation, for removing the log base E, removing into 10, we are getting 2.3 log 10 LT by L equal to minus K into T. So log 10 LT by L equal to minus KT by 2.3, which is simplifying this value, you are getting minus 0.434 K into T. Using 0.434 K equal to KD, where KD is the deoxygenation constant, or more strictly the BOD rate constant on base 10 at a given temperature 0.434 K. This is the fixed quantity and does not depends upon the temperature of oxidation. The value of KD, however, determine the speed of the BOD reaction without influencing the ultimate BOD, as is shown in the figure. In this figure, you are taken time in days x-axis. In the BOD of time in days taken in y-axis, you can find out the KD value of a different BOD value, B1, B2, B3 value. It is found to vary with the temperature of sewage, and this relationship is approximately given by the equation KD into T power 20 is equal to KD into 20 into 1.047 whole power T minus 20, where KD 20 is equal to deoxygenation constant at 20 degrees centigrade. Its numerical value varies between 0.05 to 0.2 per day, depending upon the nature of the organic matter present in sewage. Simple compounds such as sugar and starches are easily utilized by the microorganism and have a high HD rate, while complex molecules such as phenols are difficult to assimilate and hence having low HD value. Some typical HD values are given in table. Then KD is equal to deoxygenation constant at a temperature T degree centigrade. These are the equation forms First stage BOD, typical KD value at 20 degrees centigrade for various types of water and wastewater. If tap water is taken for testing, you are taken as K value less than 0.05. Surface water, the range is between 0.05 to 0.1. If you have taken municipal wastewater, KD value comes under 0.1 to 0.15. Treated sewage effluent, it comes under 0.05 to 0.1. So in this graph clearly indicating at the first half, 0 to A is the first stage BOD, that is a carbonaceous demand called biochemical oxygen demand or carbonaceous biochemical oxygen demand. In this range up to 0 to A, you can find out amount of oxygen consumed by the organic matter. So it is called the first stage. In the next stage is the carbonaceous oxygen demand, that is the second A to Z. It's a second stage BOD, that is a nitrification demand called nitrogenous oxygen demand NOD or nitrogenous biochemical oxygen demand NBOD. Then OAB equal to first stage or carbonaceous demand or first stage BOD curve. AZ is equal to second stage or nitrification demand. OAZ, which is produced the curve for combined demand or combined BOD curve. So this graph is drawn in a very simplified manner, carbonaceous manner and nitrification oxygen demand manner. Then go for a limitation of BOD test. The following are the limitation of BOD test. It measures only the biodegradable organic matter. The time duration for the test is very long, that is 5 days. So if quick results are needed, it is not useful. Pre-treatment is needed if the sample contains toxic waste. That means if your sewage is very thick, if the sewage is very toxic, you directly not go for BOD test, you go for dilution, then go for BOD test. Then nitrifying bacteria can cause interferences and could have higher results. To avoid them, proper care must be taken. It is essential to have higher concentration of active bacteria present in the sample. These are some of the limitations of BOD test. Next, go for chemical oxygen demand. It is widely used as a means of measuring the amount of organic matter present in the waste. It can be used to measure both biodegradable and non-degradable organic matter. COD test take 3 hours in comparison to 5 days for BOD. When we go for BOD, in the results are produced for 5 days, but in COD test, it produces the results within 3 hours. So COD can be defined as the amount of oxygen required to chemically oxidize the organic matter using a strong oxidizing agent like potassium dichromate under acidic condition. Another one, total organic carbon. TOC test consists of acidification of the wastewater sample to convert inorganic carbon to carbon dioxide, which is then stripped. The sample is then injected into high temperature furnace where it is oxidized in presence of catalyst. The carbon dioxide that is produced is measured by means of infrared analyzer and converted instrumentally to original organic carbon content. This test is accurate and correlates to BOD well. Certain types of organic matters are oxidizing in TOC test, so its value is less than BOD test. For a typical domestic wastewater, BOD 5 by TOC ratio varies from 1.0 to 1.6. TOC is not widely used because of the cost of the instrument and the skill necessary in its operation. The TOC equipments are almost 15 lakhs like that, so we do not prefer this test. We always prefer BOD and COD test in the laboratory to find the strength of sewage. Next, characteristics of sewages. Biological characteristics. The sewage contains many microorganisms like bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa, etc. Bacteria being the most predominant. Most of the bacteria found in the sewage are harmless, non-pathogenic bacteria. They are helpful in oxidation and decomposition of sewage. a little number of bacteria, however, or disease producing pathogens, we are real danger to the health of the public. We can treat it properly. Then go for some important term. Population equivalent. Industrial wastewater are generally compared with per capita normal domestic wastewater so as to rationally charge the industries for the pollution caused by them. The strength of industrial sewage is thus worked out as below. Standard BOD 5 of industrial sewage each is equal to standard BOD 5 of domestic sewage per person per day into population equivalent. The average standard BOD 5 of domestic sewage is worked out to be about 0.08 kg per day per person. Hence, if BOD 5 of the sewage coming from an industry is worked out to be 350 kg per day, then population equivalent equal to total BOD 5 of the industry in kg per day divided by 0.08 kg per day per person. Simplifying this, 350 divided by 0.08, you are getting 4375. The population equivalent thus indicate the strength of industrial wastewater for estimating the treatment required at the municipal sewage treatment plant, and also helps in assessing realistic charges for this treatment to be charged from the industry instead of charging them simply by volume of sewage. Next one, relative stability. Relative stability of sewage effluent may be defined as the rate of oxygen available in the effluent, that is DO nitrate or nitrite, to the oxygen total oxygen required to satisfy this first stage BOD demand. It is expressed as percentage of the total oxygen required and can be expressed by the following equation. Relating stability S is equal to 100 into 1 minus 0.795 whole power T20, or S equal to 100 into 1 minus 0.630 power T37. That is T37, T20s are taken for different temperature, where S is the relative stability. T20, T37 represent the time in days for a sewage sample to decolorize a standard methylene blue solution when incubated at 20 degrees centigrade and 37 degrees centigrade respectively. Then see one problem. If the period of incubation is 10 days at 20 degrees centigrade in the relative conductivity test on sewage, calculate the percentage of relative stability. So in this problem, the incubation period is given as 10 days at 20 degrees centigrade is given. Then go for S is equal to 100 into 1 minus 0.795 whole power T power 20, where T20 is given as 10 days. Substituting in this equation, you are getting 90.04%. Thank you.